Thank you, all of you, for joining, and we look forward to having you come over to the GMA conference in Savannah. At this time, I would like to call on Bill Thornton, the Deputy Executive Director of GMA, to give us a little insight.
Well, thank you, Yolande, and welcome everyone. We appreciate you joining us today. We hope you find this webinar to be informative, that we answer any of the questions you may have as you prepare to make your way to Savannah next week. You know, every year we get excited about hosting the GMA annual convention. It's a great event. Some refer to it as a big family reunion of city officials and partners. And certainly we look at it that way again this year as well. But we're especially excited this year. We're going to be using and occupying the new expanded Savannah Convention Center. It's a long-awaited event. I think you're going to really enjoy it when you see it. It's a really, really nice facility. We're also excited about the attendance. The way it's shaping up, we very well will have record-setting attendance this year. To give you just a quick idea of the demand and the interest in the conference this year, when we opened registration back in late March, within the first 30 minutes, I believe over 1,300 city officials had already registered. One record we know we're going to set for certain this year is we do have a record number of both sponsors and exhibitors. So thank all of you for your support and your interest in being a part of this event and supporting our organization. I want you to know, though, that we don't just look at you as sponsors or exhibitors. We really value you and see you as just partners as we all work together to support our collective efforts to build strong, vibrant cities. We, as I said, have a great marketplace this year. You're going to learn more about that in just a few minutes. I know our city officials look to this marketplace as one of the best features of the convention each year. They tell us in our surveys, which I'll mention a little later, that having a chance to meet you and learn more about your products and services is one of really the most valuable parts of this event. And then just in closing, as I wrap up my welcome, I just want to reiterate how much we appreciate you and want you to know that if there's anything we can do to assist you leading up to the event or while you're in Savannah, please don't hesitate to reach out to Yolande or Carla or any of the team here. We stand ready to assist. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Bill, for welcoming our people and letting them understand. Well, what are we here for today? What will we learn? Well, we're going to learn about GMA. We're going to learn about our member cities, and we're going to learn how to navigate Savannah. We're going to talk about what you need to know to make this the best experience for you. And we're going to how to connect with elected officials and practical advice on building meaningful and relationships and conversations. Many of you probably are familiar with our Live in the Hall, which is in the GMA booth. They'll be coming around asking some questions, and our elected officials will be doing some little mini sessions in the GMA booth as well. So we invite you to listen in on those and make sure that you are ready if they come by and ask you a question. It'll be a simple question about what your business is about, or and things such as that. At this time, I'd like to introduce our team. You've already met our director, Sharon Collins, who is so graciously manning the post for hosting this today. And I'm Yolande Tanner, Deputy Director. Erica Greer, Senior Conference and Events Managers. Erica has been here for quite a few years, and she does an awesome job with the planning, lead planner for our team. Karen Van Duren is amazing, and she's one of our conference and event planners. And most of you have seen or heard from Carla via email, because she's been sending out quite a few emails, and she is working tag team with us. She's one of the conference and event planners, and she's working tag team with me on this event to make sure that you guys get the best of the best that we can give you. Rodleen Prado is our conference and events coordinator. Rodleen is currently on maternity leave, so she will not be in Savannah with us this year, but you will definitely meet her next year. So that's our team, and we are honored to get to work with you. and help you grow your business as you help our cities improve their cities and their local government. Okay, why do city, I'm going to turn it back over to Bill and let him go over a little bit about GMA and about why city officials actually attend this event.
Okay, well, thank you, Yolande. I think most of you are probably generally familiar with GMA, but we know every year we have new companies that are exhibitors or sponsors. And so I want to take just a moment and make sure everyone knows a little bit about the basics of GMA. First of all, the Georgia Municipal Association is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, and it's voluntary. We represent cities, just city governments in Georgia. We're very proud that all 537 cities in the state are members. They don't have to be, but they choose to be. And to say that we represent every city in the state is something that we're extremely proud of. The organization has been around since 1933. And as the statement you see on the screen indicates, the organization's mission in a nutshell is to help cities be more innovative, effective, and responsive. And so we do that in a number of ways, primarily around legislative advocacy, training, and just a wide range of services. You may not know that there are 49 municipal leagues in the country, and GMA is one of the largest. And I like to say, I think we're the best, but I'm a little bit biased, I assume. We have a staff of more than 115 employees. Most are based here in Atlanta, but we have also staff in different parts of the state, particularly our member services consultants who work in different districts in the state. As you see, the organization is overseen by a 62-member board of city officials, and Larry Hansen is our CEO and executive director, and he is in charge of the day-to-day operations. If you want to go to the next slide. So as Yolande said, why do officials want to come every year to Savannah for the convention? As we've talked to them over the years and done surveys, we kind of boil it down to the 4 reasons you see on the screen. They really do want to sharpen their leadership skills and learn about best practices they can take back to their cities. Secondly, and this is somewhat related to the first, they are hungry for training, and GMA has a very, very robust training program that's offered through a partnership with the University of Georgia. By attending the training classes, they receive credits, they have opportunities to earn certificates, and it's something that they're very proud of, but more importantly, they find them to be very valuable. You may be interested to know that this year we're going to be offering a record 51 classes, filling more than 2,300 seats for training alone. And some of those classes have waiting lists. So it's really something that means a lot to our members. Thirdly, and I mentioned this earlier, our members really do want to learn more about the latest tools and products and services that are being provided by companies such as yourself. So that's why the municipal marketplace is such an important part of the convention. It gets really a lot of priority attention from our staff, and we do our best every year to make it as meaningful, not only to you, but to our members as possible. And finally, city officials come to Savannah because they want to build relationships. They want to create new ones. They love networking with their peers. They love networking with you. That many would tell us that some of the best ideas and takeaways they get at the convention don't come from the classes, but they come from just the impromptu conversations they have in the corridors or during breaks at social events. So we know that means a lot. So as we plan the convention, we're always making sure we're very intentional about giving them opportunities just to be together and have a chance to know each other and learn from each other. So next, I want to talk just a moment about why we think cities are so valuable to the state. These are some statistics that you may not know, but I think when I review them, you're going to find them to be really impressive. You know, Georgia cities as a whole only comprise 9% of the land area in the state, a relatively small portion, and yet cities contain 45% of the population and provide 70% of the jobs in Georgia. And in our most recent look at this data, which is current data, by the way, cities are now home to 47% of the assessed value of property in Georgia, 67% of all commercial property, and nearly half of all the housing structures in the state. And so in a nutshell, cities in the metropolitan areas that are part of those cities account for 91% of the gross domestic product in Georgia. Those are impressive numbers, and we thought you might find those useful as you think about your investment in not only GMA, but the work you do for Georgia cities. Okay, I think at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Sharon.
Great, thank you, Bill. So as you've heard, this annual convention takes place in Savannah. So for those of you who are new, the convention is hosted in the convention center. So as you can see on the screen, the convention center does sit across the river from the mainland of Savannah. Now, most of the hotels that you may be staying at are on the other side from the convention center. So we'll have a few ways to get you over there that we'll touch on in a few minutes. You may have heard or read that the convention center has been under construction for the past few years, and we're happy to let you know that the expansion is complete. So we will be occupying many square thousand feet of class space, like Bill mentioned, as well as, you know, our main sessions, our opening session, and all of that. Different this year, for those of you that are returning, the entrance of the municipal marketplace will be off of the east lobby. So that is along the training room corridor that got a wonderful entrance into the exhibit hall, also known as the Jewel Box. So you may hear it referred to or see it referred to as that. But it is the east lobby will now be our main entrance into the hall. So as you've been registering your booth personnel, each person who is in the exhibit hall will be required to have a badge. So we will have self-printing stations, not only in the river concourse, which is the registration area, but also in the hall when you arrive. So be sure to print out your badge. If you happen to arrive on Thursday, between 3 and 7, we will have badge printing opportunities, not only at the convention center in the river concourse, also known as the Welcome Center, but also in the lobbies of the Hyatt, the Marriott, and the Westin. So to save time, go ahead and get your badge printed so you're ready to enter the hall for when you're ready to set up. Starting at on Saturday, you'll be able again to print your badge, and security will be available then to check your badge to make sure that those who are entering into the hall are credentialed properly. If you don't have your folks registered, there will be a registration area for you to put them in the system and get their badges, but we would love to strongly encourage that you get everyone registered ahead of time so that you can avoid that step and just again go immediately into the hall to start setting up. Milan, back to you.
Thank you, Sharon. Event access to exhibitors and sponsors. So everybody understands what you get. If, as an exhibitor representative and a badge, you have access to the exhibit hall only. This does not include a full conference registration. Full conference registration provides a full convention access except to individually paid events, such as our training events and some of our spinoffs for other association types. Sponsored event tickets provides access to a specific sponsored event that does not include that also does not include conference registration at all. So it's like if you registered for the city attorney's conference, I know we have some city attorneys that are exhibiting, that does not give you access to the entire conference. It gives you access to the city attorney's breakfast, and then if you registered for the exhibit hall for that as well. Just for using that as an example. Okay, next slide. Okay, exhibitor setup. If you have equipment space, you can come in on Friday, June the 20th between 3 and 5. And we do ask that only equipment vendors come in, but that's because obviously they're moving heavy equipment, trucks, fire trucks, utility vehicles, cars, whatever it might be. And we only have limited insurance liability or a limited number of people. So we have to kind of monitor the numbers that are in there on Friday. Saturday, full on June 21st, 9 a.m. We encourage you to get there, get set up. You have until 2. If for some reason you're running late, please email me or call me or Carla, either one. Y'all will have our contact information in some of the emails already. But if you're not going to be there by 2, we really would like to know so we know that you are running late and that you will still be there. Exhibitor hours are, we're going to open with a light reception at 4. The hall will close at 6 on Saturday. When the hall opens, that is what our hours are designed to be when our members are available to meet with you. That's why our hours are like 4 to 6, because they're busy until 4. So just so you understand, because there's nothing worse than standing in an empty hall and talking to your neighbor. I've experienced that, so we hope that you appreciate that opportunity. Sunday, June the 22nd, we will be open from 10:30 a.m. to 2. Lunch will be served in the exhibit hall. Also, if you look at the agenda, you might see a few spin-off meetings. Those meetings have very few people in them, so our numbers are really good this year. And you will have traffic. You will have traffic. Exhibitor move out will be Sunday, June 22nd from 2:05. Call closes at 2, 2:05 to 5. And we will force freight Sunday at 5 p.m. So if you have outbound freight and you have called FedEx, or you just deal with it. But if it is not picked up by 5 o'clock, we will move it over to the dock and it will be forced out on our Shepherd's freight. So we can clear the space because we have people, we may have other people moving in behind us. Thank you, Sharon. Next slide. Maps. Okay. The exhibit hall, as you can see on the side, this year we're going to be in halls C and B. And if you can see on the screen, Sharon referenced the east entrance. It's right here. It's the line between C and B. And that's a very nice opening. As you're moving in your products and services, if you choose to park, you can come in where Hall D is and there'll be easy access. The dock doors, you will be very happy to know that the docks have expanded. There's a lot of room for you to unload now, but we still will not be able to park vehicles on the loading dock. You will need to get your product out. There will be a guard there, and then go park your vehicle if you choose to unload at the dock doors. The other slide, the other maps on there are of the building. Okay, as Bill alluded to, we have record number of exhibitors this year. We actually have updated one more booth since we updated the slide late last night. We sold one more. The hall, as you can see, this year we have a new concept. Everyone has a corner booth. If you look, and I think that's great. We have, as Bill said, we have record numbers. We have 209 different companies, which makes up 219 different booths. We encourage you to relax, and we have areas for people to relax. The GMA booth, we welcome you to come by there and meet some of the staff if you would like. we have promoted things, driving engagement your way. We're gonna have food placed in different areas for the reception. The lunch and the dinner, the lunch, not the dinner. The lunch will be served across the back hall. The seating will be across the back halls, and then we'll have buffet lines. Shepherd Services is there. They're on demand support for your booth and your setup. If you need anything, let them know. If you have not ordered power and you need power, I would strongly suggest you go ahead and get that pre-ordered so it will be dropped and you will not have to wait on it. It's there is a link, and I will be sending out a link that sends you directly to the convention center so you can make sure that you get that power. And if you need internet services, that's available, or any monitors or whatnot. All of that would be through this convention center and not through Shepherd. All right, Sharon.
Okay. So as I mentioned, the convention and municipal marketplace are at the Savannah Convention Center, which is across the river. So we have a couple of options if you opt not to drive. There is shuttle service that's available. And if you look at the schedule, we have express service during peak hours and then standard service on off-peak hours. One thing you want to be sure to look at is the color-coded route schedules, because not every shuttle stops in front of every hotel. So find your hotel and then the stop that is equivalent to it, and it might be on the corner, it might be across the street, but it may not be out your front door. So please be very mindful of that. We're also excited to announce that the Chatham Area Transit has purchased 2 new hybrid ferries, and they are in the water. So those will be running for us on, again, 2 schedules, an express schedule and a standard schedule. So those times are posted on the chart as well. There's 2 stops that are on the other side of the river. One's at the Hyatt, one's at Marriott. So those are conveniently located around where our hotels are as well. The third option is also parking. So as part of the expansion, the convention center added a 900 spot parking deck and about an 800 parking surface lot. So both of those are available. We received today the QR code for access to the parking. So you can go ahead and scan that now. If not, you don't, we will post it to our website and also in the GA Cities mobile app. So the charges for that at this point, we've got $10 for the surface lot, $20 for the garage, and then there is a satellite surface lot that is $5. So just be mindful of parking and leave enough time to be able to get over for the parking deck. Milan, back to you.
Thank you, Sharon. Maximize your investment. I want to encourage you to show up and stand out. And if you will recall, we have an interactive floor plan. The floor plan is active for the entire year. So keep your booth and your profile up to date. And also make sure you download the convention phone app, which is in your app store, is GA Cities. Be seen, be visited. Get involved and drive traffic by joining featured activities. I've had several of you reach out to me asking me if you can have giveaways in your booth, if you can do this in your booth. As long as you're in your booth and it's, for the most part, it's okay, but I appreciate you asking. But we do encourage you to do fun things in your booth because that does draw traffic, and traffic makes engagement, and that makes your business grow, and it makes our members get what they're there for, and that is enhancing their communities through many different services that all of you offer. Make meaningful connections. Use the attendee list we have currently sent out the list twice. We'll be sending it out again in the next couple of days, and then you will receive a final list after the event. Many of you have emailed me and asked about email addresses. I will tell you that GMA's policy, since the nature of our business, we do not share email addresses. However, you are welcome, anyone that gives you your email address, you're welcome to communicate with them in that way. And also, again, we appreciate you, and we do try to provide you the list so that you can make some of those calls. We do want to hear from you.
Oops.
If we do want to hear from you and get your feedback, we will be sending out a survey after the event, and we read every last one of them, and we really want you to be honest with us and tell us what we can do to make it better, or you can tell us what we're doing really well. We'll appreciate that as well. Thanks. So we'll go to the next slide. Engaging with elected officials. Do share, inform, and educate about your products and service. Communicate with all generations in mind, and gain information and follow up. As you know, we all meet people. It's very important that you do that follow up. I know you know that as salespeople. Avoid pushing for on-site transactions. One thing you need to realize is in local government, they cannot buy on site. I mean, there's a process for everything. So please understand that on the front end, and assuming history dictates future opportunity, assuming the history dictates the opportunities for your future company. So we totally encourage you, think, and they are so, as you can see from this picture, very engaging conversation. So we're glad you're here. We're glad you're planning to be here. And so are you ready? Are you ready for the conference? Is your profile updated? Is your logo right? Is your company description right? Have you put industry categories? Making sure that anything that you can think of, if you're an engineer, you might want to put civil, all the different types, or if you sell water and you sell gas pipes, you might want to put gas and water in your category. So please make sure that that's current. Sharon has already discussed name badging with you. Everyone in the hall must have a badge, whether you're an exhibitor or an attendee, sponsor, staff. We all have to have a badge. So make sure that you're wearing a badge at all times, especially the guards will not let you in to set up. If you come in, say you get your badge, you print your badge, and then after that, if you go out, you won't be able to get back in the door without somebody coming over there. Exhibitor show kit, you should have received that. Electrical orders, I know I've already touched on that. And do you have your hotel confirmation and registration number? Just make sure that and then also, again, I want to reiterate what Sharon said, and I've already mentioned it. Name badges are a priority. We do encourage you to go in. Your admin has received a link to go in and put badges. If you need help with that, please contact myself or Carla, and we're more than happy to resend the link so you can get in to the system to make those badges. It will speed the process and make for a better kickoff for you, and you won't have to stand in line. Just saying. Okay, next slide. GMA has a business alliance program. It's year-round engagement. For the most part, we access, align, and branding opportunities. You can check out our website and find out more information. We cannot do what we do without exhibitors and without BAP companies, and it is very critical for our local governments across the state. We offer an array of ways for your organization to engage with city officials who are our members and member cities. 3 levels of participation provide your business the opportunity to effectively market to the largest municipal audience in Georgia, which is cities. As Bill told you, we have 537 members. You are always welcome to reach out to me, or you can reach out to Darren Jenkins, who is the director and the director that handles the Alliance program. So again, I'm always available if you have a question. Carla is more than happy to help you. But for the BAP program, Darren would be your best contact. And at this time, I would like to call on our CEO and Executive Director. He has been able to join us and he wants to say a few words.
Well, hello, everyone. It is so good to see you today and be here with you. And we are excited about this year's convention. And we're very thankful that you all are going to be there. Our sponsors and our exhibitors are an important part of our convention, but an important part of who we are here at GMA. We could not be successful without your support. And I want you to know it's always important to us that this be something that is mutually beneficial. We want it to be beneficial for you and your companies. And so we really do thank you for your investment. And I've always said to many of you, our sponsors, our exhibitors, you're our partners, and we are thankful for you, and we want to support you. I intend to be in the exhibit hall, look forward to seeing you at different events, and just want to thank you for your engagement and let us know how we can make this a meaningful experience for you, because certainly you make it a meaningful experience for our members and those that will be there in Savannah. So look forward to seeing you next week.
At this time, we'll entertain questions, comments, and feedback. Does anyone have any? Carla, do you have any in the question Q&A that needs help?
We received some good questions. I have been able to answer those questions as they came in. There are no additional questions at this time. If there are any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me or Yolande, and we'll be sure to get back in touch with you to get those resolved.
Okay. Well, at this time, we look forward to seeing you in Savannah. Can you believe it's just a little over a week away? And if you need anything, both Carla and my numbers are on the screen at this time. And I think probably most of you know how to get in touch with us. We appreciate all of you joining us. We appreciate Larry and Sharon and Bill joining Carla and I. And then we've had some people that are working in the background that we truly appreciate too. And you will probably meet at least one of them, who is our communications director in Savannah, when they're walking around doing Live in the Hall. So we look forward to seeing you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us. Thank you so much. See you in Savannah.